is a heart I him to hold on to. Everywhere you look, everywhere's the face of somebody who needs you. Everywhere you look, when you're lost out there and you're all alone, life is waiting to carry you home. Everywhere you look.
On the first day of the week, Mary of Magdalene came to the tomb early in the morning while it was still dark and saw the stone removed from the tomb. So she ran and went to Simon Peter and told the other disciples whom Jesus loved and told them, "They have taken the Lord from the tomb and we don't know where they put him." So Peter and the other disciples went out and came to the tomb. They both ran, but the other disciple ran faster than Peter and arrived at the tomb first. He bent down and saw the burial clothes there, but did not go in. When Simon Peter arrived after him, he went into the tomb and saw burial clothes there, and the cloth that had covered his head, not with the burial cloths, but rolled up in separate places. Then the other disciples also went in, the other who had arrived at the tomb first. He saw and believed, for they did not yet understand the scripture that he had to rise from the dead.
Hi, so I'm here to talk about hope and Easter and how Easter is a celebration of Christ's resurrection and the most important season for the church. The resurrection is important because it signifies Christ's defeat of death and our hope for heaven. We should prepare ourselves to truly celebrate Jesus' victory while finding ways to respond to the hope we have been given. Christ rising from the dead gives us hope in death and life, revealing to us his great and unending love.
Hope is trusting that everything will work out in the end.
To me, hope means having a desire for something and anticipating for it to happen.
Hope means to me is trusting in God and always believing that He knows what's best for you and He'll help you.
Hope means to me that you know in your heart that everything's going to be okay.
Hope to me is a kind of waiting, patience. How when you hit rock bottom, there's only one way to go, and that's up. And so I think hope is waiting for the up to come and knowing that it will come eventually.
Hope is the desire for something new to happen. Don't lose sight of hope.
To me, hope is making a friend feel good about themselves when they're having a bad day. I also see hope in people who take the initiative to make our world a better place and to make their friends and family members happier.
Hope is an incentive to do good in life. I use God as my hope so I can get to heaven.
I want to share with you my personal story about hope. And first, I was really surprised that Jackie proposed me to talk about hope in this proclaim. And here's the story why. In 2016, I was going through a difficult time in my personal life. And I was convinced that I needed change, but I didn't know how or where, how to start this change that I needed. But I made the decision to go to Rome, and after I made that decision, I was convinced that the first thing I wanted to do was going to the Vatican, to the Pope's audience. So it turns out that making that decision was what led me to meet Brett the very first day I was there. And I didn't really know how to arrive to the Vatican, and he helped me to go there. So after Mass, we went to this shop where you could get, rosaries and everything. And this ring that I'm carrying since then called my attention, and it says non farti rubare la speranza, and it's in Italian, and it means don't let anyone steal your hope. And Brett was with me, and he said to me, I remember very well, like if it was yesterday, he said to me, that's Pope Francis' phrase, and I just got it. And ever since I got the ring, I'm wearing it every day of my life. And I got it without knowing that Brett would become my husband in the future. And he would be the one to bring me this change that I was looking for. And so this is connected to how Christ came to change our lives. And God acts in strange ways, right, in our lives. And so that's the story of the ring, and that's why Jackie surprised me when she asked me to talk about hope. So my message is that it's always good to have hope in every single thing of our lives. When we're going through hard times, when we have to make a decision, when things seem to be falling apart, it's always good to remember that we still have hope, even though things are hard. All this coronavirus situation, it's good to know that we have hope.
John 11:25. Jesus told her, I am the resurrection and the life. Whoever believes in me, even if he dies, will live.
I invite you to think about the significance of resurrection in your own lives, and also what are some ways that you can spread some hope and joy of this season between your friends.
My family gives me hope because they're always there to support me.
Okay, what brings me hope is my friends.
What brings me hope is friends and family.
What brings me hope is knowing I have friends, family, and my faith around me to support me.
I have hope that I will get back to school. I have hope that I will get back to bowling. I have hope. I will trust in God's process.
The nice weather and the sunshine give me hope.
I see hope when people work together.
The birth of our new baby lamb born on Easter brings me hope that things are going to get better.
What gives me hope is the community coming together and trying to help each other during this time. I think if our community did this with other issues around the world, it would make it a better place. The other thing that gives me hope is the fact that we've fought through so many battles. And at this time, I think we should look to God and the saints to fight through this.
And what brings me hope is not focusing on the things I can't do right now, but focusing on the things I still can do.
Something that gives me hope is God, because he's so nice and caring.
Right now, what's giving me a lot of hope is God sending all this wonderful weather, and all the flowers are popping up, and also having a good supply of this.
During this time, it's difficult not to be consumed by all the things I see and read about COVID-19. My faith in God gives me a ray of hope that the unknown and uncertainty will pass. In closing, I leave you with a prayer that brings me peace, hope, and God's support. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference.